What's up, guys? Welcome back to part 2 of the fastback quarter vents that we're creating for the Franken Yoda project. This will be the episode 17 of the Franken Yoda build. So if you guys are just tuning in, you see a lot of metal work and a lot of stuff we've already done to the car. If you go back, there is a playlist. You can click on the playlist and watch all the Celica build stuff. You can watch it in a row if you want. Today, we're gonna test this cardboard concept up against some steel, use our new metal brake, and we're gonna try to see if we can create these. And if we create them and we like them, we just gotta decide if we want to put them in to where we can weld them on, or if we wanna just drill and rivet them on, and maybe we'll even make these and sell these. So if you guys have a Celica fastback, maybe this is something we might get into selling if you guys like them. So leave a comment if it's something you'd be interested in. We're gonna go ahead and remove our template. I did mess around with this template a little bit and ended up cutting some pieces off that I'm gonna add back on. I decided I wanted to keep them. So the nice thing about this template is it's just the opposite for the driver's side there. So as long as we make sure we flip it around, we should be good. Now we're gonna go ahead and use probably a long side on this panel down here. So we have less cutting to do. So I think what we'll end up doing, cutting 2 of these out. Okay, so now we're going to cut these out first, and then we're going to we'll draw our bend lines on them, and then we'll go ahead and bend them in the brake, and we'll see how they do. All right, want these things to be even, so they look almost dead on, which is awesome. So we're just gonna smooth out the edges. Unfortunately, I got a mess around here. I need to pick up some stuff, but okay, let's see here. If you guys can see that, I mean, it doesn't get much better than that. So this bottom edge, doing by hand. All right. Okay, so now we got to transfer our lines onto this from our prototype here. Okay, let's see which one's which. That's gonna be that one for sure. So, pretty awesome. And then we have to transfer it on the opposite side for the other side. So what we're gonna do is we are going to mark our first roll on this side is gonna be approximately here. First vent. This one we gotta do the 1 inch. And come back here and do 1 inch. Leading edge to there. This one needs to come back this way just a hair. All right, you guys. So, from cardboard template to sheet metal. Now, very important, this is what I was going over in my head. I want to have the inner edge rolled here. I want a nice tucked inner edge. You can see this. So we got to make sure we actually do this bend first, tuck it. We're going to have to, my brake only does 120 degrees, so we'll do 120 degrees, take it out, and then massage it over with a hammer on both of these, and then we can break these other lines. This rear one, actually, we don't even break. Maybe at a slight, very slight 22 degrees, 15 degrees, just to make sure this thing sits flush. But so we're gonna go ahead and get over to the brake and start this process. Okay, so I have my brake set up on 20 gauge to brake right on the line. I have it adjusted. I did a, let me grab the sample piece. So basically, if I line this edge up with the back side of the brake, you can see my black line in there, hopefully. It'll bend right on the back side of the brake. So that way I know the line should be right up with this edge here. So we're gonna start this by making sure we're braking in the right direction, which is actually, go figure, on this one is gonna be on the opposite side. So I'm gonna make my mark, because we need to bend this one all the way under. I'm going to continue my mark right here. Okay, and same thing here. Eyeball it around the edge, right here. Just draw a straight line. Oh, okay. Let's do it up on the car here for a second. We actually want to go on this particular one to the front side of the line. All right, there we go. All right, let's see, this should be pretty even out the back, which it looks apparently even. Won't know until we bend it, but here we go. We're gonna bend it as much as we possibly can. I think, like I said, it'll do 120 degrees of bend. All right, and we are, if you guys can see, dead on that line. So, go ahead and do the other one real quick. All right. Perfect. Now we're just gonna bend this over. Okay, so now the front of our vent will have a nice rolled edge. Do that to the other one. Here we go. Okay. Get you guys repositioned. All right. So we are going to have some material to cut off these edges here. So we'll take a grinder and grind them. Okay. Here we go. So most of this is going to unfortunately have to be done on the bottom side because it's all, except for these ones can be done on post here. Now do I need to do, figuring this all out as we go, so I just need to figure out which bend I need to do first because my machine can only have so many bends. So I think we're going to do the 90s first and hope for the best. That's what we're hoping, at least. Yep, I'm gonna try the 90s first. Let's get our digital gauge. Okay, we're about 1 degree sagging, so when we hit 91 degrees, oh, there's 70. $80. Relaxes at 84. Go past it. $89. Okay. All right. Same thing here. We'll lock it down. Do 90 degrees. All right, you guys, so there is our mounting flange. So now when we bend this at a 90 degrees, in theory, hopefully it'll allow us, I'm hoping, now that I think about it. Need to bend this way. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to let me. Well, guys. Oh boy. You know? I don't know, guys. We're gonna see. I may have had to bend these first. Hopefully not. That one goes there, and that one goes right to the corner. Right there. No, right to all right, well, here goes nothing. Nope. No, actually, if I can get that to work, that'll work. Let's see where we're at. Okay, yeah, that's working. I just have to straighten this out a little bit. On the next one, I'm going to try to do these bends first. But basically, I should be able to repair this bend fairly easily. There we go. And take some little bit of hammer work right there, but as long as this side comes out, it's looking like a vent with a nice rolled edge. Now I just put a hammer and dolly and just tap that out. So this one is going to be a little bit more difficult. Okay, so now let's bend this back over again. There we go. I'm just going to rest that on top of those old vents as long as it doesn't fall. Check that out, guys. Just resting on there. But those are our vents. Like I said, we'll straighten this out real quick. The other one, we're going to try to do the inner bends first. Hopefully that doesn't screw us over. We know that this way works to an extent. But again, super happy with how that rolled edge turned out though. But yeah, we'll get a hammer and dolly in here and we'll tap this down, flatten it back out. Same thing here. Actually, I almost kind of like the the nice angle it has, but let's see what we got. Decide we're going to do that later. We're going to try this one and see how this one comes out first with it doing it the opposite direction. Grab the Sharpie. Same thing, kind of on the back side. There. That's the 90 we're looking for. I may end up redoing that one depending on if I can straighten it out or not. I mean, it's pretty simple to make. So, let's see if we're lucky enough. That's the problem. See, this was my concern, was getting this to break. We're going to have the same problem no matter which direction we do it because I don't have a box break. We're going to make it work, guys. Make it work. Right there. So definitely easier the other way. So something to note. Okay. Yeah, I don't think I can get this in there. So another option we have is to hammer form it. Let's just hammer it over. So we're just using the vise as our jaws, and we're just kind of manhandling it over. Right on the line. All right, so this one was definitely the harder way of doing it. So if I ever make them again, I know that I'll want to do them differently. I'm gonna have to planish out these hammer marks, but we were able to get it. There you go. So let's go see how this one looks over here real quick. Boom. There we go. So once those plastic vents are out of the way, they'll actually sit nicely there. So and this is D for driver's side. Put a big old D on this one. Yep. Okay. I'm gonna straighten this out real quick off camera if I can. If I have enough room, we'll see. That's a little better. I'll work on those guys, but let me show you. It's actually looking pretty good. Got this one straightened out already, pretty much. I gotta work on, I'm gonna have to use a different hammer because that hammer's a little big, but work on getting this edge over and flat. But I think right over the original vents, right here to here, fits beautifully. Right about there. Again, we'll be able to go up just a hair without that plastic vent in the way. Now, I don't know on this rear section, you guys can see this. Stay. I don't know if just flattening that out would do anything. We can try it. Use the brake to flatten it a bit. Because originally that's what we had planned, was it to go flush. So let's see. Just give it a slight little curve. Okay. We'll fix, oh yeah, that's better. Yeah, we'll flatten those out. There we go. Yeah, that's exactly what we're doing. So if you check it out here, we'll flatten this section back out and then it'll sit flush. So this and this will sit flush against the car. Fine tune these, but there you go. Basically, So it's flush now. And there you guys go. So once we get the plastic, again, get these out, we'll follow the original contour as much as possible. It should be right about here-ish. And yeah, like I said, I haven't decided if I'm gonna rivet these things on so they're removable or do like riv nuts. And I was thinking if I do end up making these, I mean, they're not gonna be perfect, but if I find a better way or get a box break and end up making these, manufacturing these, I'm thinking just drilling holes and then doing riv nuts or something would be the easiest way for most people. That way they don't gotta bond it to their car. And they'd still look good with some perfectly spaced, get up on the drill press, do some perfectly spaced holes and riv nut it to the body, or even a regular rivet, stainless steel, so they don't rust, something like that. But, well, you guys, proof of concept, it works. Couple little issues with not having all the pieces of equipment, but we were able to get it to work. For myself, this is good enough. I'll hand planish these out so they're, you know, more crisp 90 degrees on this top section, and this one's actually looking pretty good. Same thing here. This one's looking really good. Planish it out where I had to hammer it over. We'll flatten out this rear section on the driver's side. Well, you guys, we freaking did it. I'm actually pretty happy with these. They are, like I said, few minor tweaks. Hammer and dolly should take care of most of that. Or my anvil, the shop's a mess. I'm in the middle of a security cage project there, so it's kind of taking up all my room. My anvil's on the back side. But, again, super stoked about this. Really happy with how those came out. I'm actually leaning towards, the more I look at it, I am leaning towards just doing some really cool looking rivets. The idea behind this car is Franken-Yoda. It's many Toyota parts from different models, but different models. Whether it be a truck, a Supra, a A86 Corolla, a Celica. So it's a Franken-Yoda. That's the name of the build, is Franken-Yoda. And so I'm thinking some rivets would kind of look like the bolts inside of Frankenstein's neck. So I'm thinking maybe that. And that way we can have some kind of cool looking stainless. This car is getting painted. I believe it's going to go, we decided on the same color as the Jaguar. So kind of a dark charcoal gunmetal gray, metallic gray. And then that way, eventually the 1UZ, we have decided on the 1UZ, so eventually that'll get supercharged. And so we'll have the V8 supercharged Jaguar with a hood slash bonnet that opens forward. And then we'll have the Celica with a V8 supercharged and the bonnet hood opens forward. So when we go to car shows to represent the company or anything, we'll park the two right next to each other and kind of show off what we can do, that kind of stuff. So super excited about this. Thanks for watching episode, 17, I think, right? 17? Yeah, 17. So, but yeah, like I said, I'll kind of perfect these things. I'll probably show them off on another video later on. But if it's something, keep stepping on metal. If it's something you Celica guys are interested in, I wouldn't mind making another pair once I get these perfected, see how they come out, and then we can talk prices from there. if it's something anyone's interested in. I mean, these could be used for more vehicles than a Celica. It's just they're designed to match the same taper. However, you could angle these however you wanted, and they could go on a Mustang or on something else. So, and we can always do pretty simple. If you want them to go further than an inch out, we could always do 2 inches or 3-inch opening. You know, if you wanted to put ram air through the side for a race car or something. So just kind of something to think about. We want to kind of get more into the fabricating of things. We need to get some more tools and equipment to make the process a little more efficient and faster. But, you know, that's what it's all about, you guys. Learning as we go, just taking on new challenges, and, you know, building up the equipment as we can financially do so. Hopefully, you know, we got a nice fab shop now, you know, hopefully expand in the future and keep on going. That's the dream. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys.